Jill wanted really a new garage.
I thought it'd be nice if I could use it as a secondary area as well and keep papers and books and things in a dry, secure area.
You can't just finish the garage like this. It's gonna fall apart. Wow, you feel how shaky this is? Oh my God. I have never in many years had to pull off a brand new shingled roof before. It's no good. Mike Holmes.
Did they actually do this roof? No, we didn't. Others. Doing a good job keeping in shape. Okay, contractor.
God, I love my job.
Well, it was an old garage with wooden sides, and it was rather charming. An apple tree was in the middle of the garage, but about 2 years ago, the tree died of old age. And then, of course, I had a leaky garage, and I thought it's time to get a functioning garage.
Hello, Jill. How are you today?
Hey,
Nice to see you. So this is the wonderful garage you had done, eh?
Well, I spoke to 4 or 5 contractors and got different prices, and some didn't show up, or some didn't seem to want to do the job, and some quotes seemed quite low that didn't seem realistic, and some were quite high. And in the end, I decided on the fellow I used because he'd done a couple of little jobs for me. He was referred by somebody in the neighborhood who runs a business and said he was competent.
She hired this guy to come in. He did a little bit of work inside the house and seemed to be good at what he did. Gave her a good quote, $17,000 to rebuild her garage. Okay, and what was his plan? What was he going to give you for $17,000?
Well, the new windows, new roof, new walls, new doors.
The whole kit and caboodle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, proper
Okay.
garage.
Well, I can see that it's on an unlevel angle, which tells me originally this had dropped. What did he plan to do with the outside here?
Well, you can see he put these sort of bits of wood here, kind of patched it up like a jigsaw puzzle.
That's a good term. It is a jigsaw puzzle here.
That's where there was the original apple tree that went through the side of the garage and up through the roof. If you peek through there, you see there's a big stump.
There's a huge stump there. It's right
Yeah.
on the foundation. I guess that's what's holding the wall up.
The roof line was weird and was not straight in one direction or the other. And the roof itself was wavy.
Well, she called the contractor back in and said, you know, I got a wavy roof here, and what are you going to do about the outside? And he tried to convince her that, oh, don't worry, the side will cover the outside, and the wavy roof, excuses, obviously, excuses. Okay, what's with the plastic, may I ask?
Oh, well, because as you see, if you look around everywhere, there's huge holes. So a friend kindly suggested, why don't I just put the heavy vapor barrier around everything?
Just to keep the critters out.
Yeah, and to keep the rain and the snow and everything out, just temporarily. A couple of men were working, not the contractor himself, a couple of men were working on the garage, and when we went inside and saw the work, and my friend said, this is just not satisfactory, it's not safe. He said, oh, I'm just doing what I was told. So I said, all right, I understand. I'm supposed to be speaking with your boss. And he got a bit huffy and grabbed his tools and stormed off. And the contractor told me he was down at City Hall and he would see me at 5:30, but he never showed up.
I think through asking him more questions about, you know, things being wrong and more excuses, the contractor finally turned around and said, well, okay, we're leaving. This is no good. This is not how you do a garage. It sounds like he was trying to come in, make a quick buck. Obviously, he wasn't going to do it because you jumped on him and said, I don't like this, and let me guess, he ran. Very nice. Now, please tell me you did not pay this man in full.
No, the one good thing is I paid 1/3 down to start. It was a third halfway through and a third at the end. I think the check was $5,400, which was the first one, and I had given him, I think, that day or the day before, another one for $5,400 because the work was in progress, which my friend said stop payment immediately on that. So when he went to cash it, of course, it was stopped.
Yeah, I believe this contractor should maybe stick to building garden sheds and stay away from garages or anything that he does not know about. Did he get a permit?
No.
Obviously not, because this would never pass. No permit. Did you ask about a permit?
Yes, twice before I signed the contract and afterwards. And when the day it all fell apart, he said he was down at City Hall.
So he lied to you?
Well, maybe he was at City Hall, but there was no permit ever produced.
He was meeting his girlfriend. This is a shame.
He knew to do it properly, he would have to go to zoning, he would have to go to committee of adjustments, he'd have to go to the permits department, and that would take 4 or 5 months. Whereas instead he got cash on the barrel, and if he could done the job, got in, got out, he would have had the money right away.
He tried to do a leveled wall, and on the rafters where he cut a bird's mouth, which sits on top, it's called a bird's mouth, and that rafter will sit on top of the top plate. He is consistently different sizes on his rafters, on his bird's mouth. So I see right up a difference of 1.25 inches. So that would make your roof go just like this, down again and back up on that side. I have to take this all down. We're going to...
No way to...
Nope, we gotta pull out that stump. We're gonna have to bring in a tractor, do a 4-foot deep foundation. We are really going to take this down, and we are going to make a mess, but at the end of it, we are going to make a piece of beauty here. Okay?
All right.
Let me go get a lot of people. This is not gonna be easy. This really does frustrate me. This is just so wrong.
I didn't realize that really a garage is like building a little house.
This is honestly a big job. We're gonna take it all down. Unfortunately, we're trying to scavenge some of the wood for forming, so we just don't waste it. We're gonna have to pull out the concrete pad, excavate 4 feet deep all the way around. Once we dig this hole, it's gonna be a lot of earth. So I'm gonna take over the back lawn. We're gonna lose a lot of everything that's here. It's just gotta go. Take the fences down. We called in all the right people to check out the property, make sure there was no gas, cable, anything like that in the ground. Everything's clear, so we can go ahead and take this down and get going on the new structure. We have some, what the hell is that?
That's a some sort of mushroom. Oh my God.
Oh, critters. Well, at least someone's eating it. Here we're right on earth, okay? So all he's done is put a stud right down to earth, and actually it's right off the ground. It's not on anything. There's a stump. So we have no bottom plate at all on this wall. So what we have is vertical studs sitting right on the earth, and all it's gonna do is sink. He's ran a piece of, this is an 1/8 inch board right here. So the old siding, a small board, a small angle piece, a piece of mahogany panel. Look at his piecing. Like, how are you gonna cover this? It's no good. It's no good. This is a $35,000 job. For 17 grand, you can't do it. It has to come down and redone. See, I can see that corner dropping from here. So since he's done the work, it's already dropping. He had the roof off. He could have done all kinds of changes to this. He's just really deceiving the person who owns the house. That's what he's doing. The code, if you're gonna make these changes, you've got to take it down and put in a 4-foot footing.
Oh, these windows, they're beautiful windows. I mean, casement, vinyl casement, maintenance free. We're gonna use these again, absolutely, no doubt about it.
Wow, you feel how shaky this is? Oh my God. Oh, this is really flimsy, but it's not gonna fall down. We still have the collar ties in place. I would not be standing up here if this was a danger zone. I have never in many years had to pull off a brand new shingled roof before. Well, this is brand new. You know, this is, what, not even a year old. And we're pulling it off and it's going to the junkyard. We got plywood, different thicknesses. We have OSB. It's as if he brought all the spare wood in his backyard and put it in here. That's only 3/8 plywood, not good enough. Has to be 5/8 by code. Has to be 5/8. This is gonna be a gorgeous garage when we're done.
Beauteous Maximus.
Okay, everything can be done from the ground. We're gonna keep all the collar ties, that's for sure. Pieces like this is scrap, I can't reuse it. The 2x4s we can reuse. Not in, maybe in this case, we'll use it for braces, for forming. Everything else will be new here. No bottom plate, right? Tied into nothing, just dirt. Not going to do anything. This is just going to cave in. That's a nice piece of wood.
Lord love it,
The garage is down, 2.5 hours. I don't like it. It was a well-built garage. Nice and thin. We're just gonna pull up the rest of the concrete here, break it up and get it ready to go. We have a truck coming this afternoon for this garbage. We'll have a separate truck for the concrete. We want to keep it separate. Tomorrow morning we have the surveyor coming in and we start digging.
If we put the points right on the four corners, your excavator will just take them out. You won't have anything to check. Exactly. So.
Day 5, looks like we're making a swimming pool. Yeah, I believe this contractor should maybe stick to building garden sheds and stay away from garages or anything that he does not know about. Not bad for 2.5 hours.
Stake. You know, 20 inches wide, whatever your bucket's gonna do, down to the 4-foot frost line.
Day 2, one hell of a mess. We're trying to get the foundation forming in today. You know, there's not much room for error. We try very hard to get it done as fast as possible, but properly. You think the other guy was gonna do this for $17,000? I don't think so. This is the way it should have been done. He wasn't gonna call in tractors. He wasn't gonna get a permit. His idea was to get the money quick, get the job done, and get the hell out of here. The wrong way. This is a big damn hole. We are actually putting out the rope on the stakes to give us the form. We got to set up for the form. The truck will be here at 11 a.m. This is the code. This is what you should be doing when you're building a new garage. You have to go down 4 feet. You have to have footings. You have to have a foundation wall. Right from the beginning. If we have everything perfect on the forming, everything follows suit. If we are unlevel on the forming, then we're going to be unlevel for the foundation wall. Then we have to rejig the structure to create level. So let's just do it right from the beginning. We have a really good strong footing here, and what we want in the footing is twice the thickness of the foundation wall. We're just over 6 inches deep, so we're, actually overcoating. I like it that way. We're gonna let this sit a minute, and then we're gonna do a key notch within this where the wall will sit on top, and that helps lock the wall in place from moving. And we just use a piece of 2x2 and just do a groove in the concrete footing. Now that the footings are set, we'll just get ready to put these forming boards in. What these do is help us pour the concrete in, much like a trough, which is going to hold our concrete in place and create our structure. Day 5, looks like we're making a swimming pool. The guys did really good here on Friday, put up the foundation walls. Today we're going to attempt to backfill this and start the framing. Everything is going according to plan. So, somebody get in the hole and we'll start shoveling. I think it's going pretty good. I'm extremely confident not only is this going to be built right, it's going to be damn good looking. Under the slab floor, we want to make sure we remove as much roots and any of the stumps as possible, because even under the floor, it can regenerate and start growing again. You don't want it growing up through the foundation or the slab floor. We were supposed to be 8 inches above ground on the foundation. Really, we're 15 inches above ground. No big deal. I like the foundation wall up. We just shorten our walls to still get the same height, because we do not want to increase that height. There'd be a specific height in the area for how tall your garage can be, and we're at that height. But I don't mind this being taller at all. I want to see this above ground. I don't want it just a couple inches above ground. Let's bring it up. By code, it's supposed to be 8 inches above ground. We're 15. I love building. This is why I'm a happy guy today. I'm not digging, I'm not tearing down things, I'm building. I like that. No more mistakes. We just do it the right way. Minimum code requirement is using OSB, which is oriented strand board. In this case, I prefer a much better wood, which is a plywood. It's not that I don't like OSB, but this is outside and it's going to be weathered. I like plywood. So we've gone upgrade a bit. It's a little more money, but I prefer it. And if you notice, we're using screws and not nails. Just my preference again. Screws never move. We are just doing all the rafters on the roof. We have a ridge beam here. It's a 2x8, 2x6 rafters which tie in. We're gonna put a skylight in here. We're gonna put a skylight in here. And I'm not leaving until this is done. It's a circus here, isn't it? Oh, we got the roofers up here doing the roofing. You gotta love it. Sandy in doing the electrical.
Well, we'll have the roof on today. 50-year fiberglass, designer shingles.
Beautiful. The lip, unfortunately, was about 1.5 inches too high, so we took our jackhammer to it. Jackhammered it. It's no big deal. The rougher it is, the better the pad on top will get it. You can see the orange line on the wall, and we're going to build it up with 3/4 crushed gravel. A minimum 4-inch pad inside, 5-inch pad on the outside. That's overkill, and we like it that way. We're nice and compact tight down here, and we're just waiting for the truck of stone.
We got nice level here from board to board. It's good.
Sir Steve, how are we doing today?
Wrapping up the siding and the soffits today.
And I noticed you tuck tape all the joints. Way to go, even around the windows.
Obviously, there's a seam at the window, so it only makes sense to tape the seam there as well. A lot of guys, when they put this stuff on, all they'll do is they'll jay around the receptacle box. It just gives a nice, clean appearance, nice factory look. It blends in with the look of the windows, contrast in color and whatnot. So basically, we run our siding around, and then there's a cover plate that goes over top. That cleans it all up.
We've got 12 tons of gravel, which is about 15 yards. Yeah, we got a little bit of work ahead of us here.
We're going to saw cut the driveway here. We're going to do it in 3 cuts to give us controlled cutting. So when it does crack, and concrete will crack, if we have the winter, hot and cold, and that's what happens. So we'd want to do controlled cuts.
Okay, I got about 1/4 inch here. And we'll hinge it, and then we'll put tracks in. Probably about 1.5 hours, we'll be done.
Nicely balanced. See what happens when you bring pros in? This is excellent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So now that the slabs are done, the driveway's done, we're just finishing the cleanup. Sean's gonna come back in, insulate all the walls. For an extra added look on the collar ties, we're going to box them in. And as you can see, the electrical's on each and every one of them. We're gonna drop some puck lights in, and it's gonna give it some nice character at nighttime. Let's go take a look at this. I think you've been waiting patiently.
Yes, I'm excited.
Good, good. Let's look at the front first. I really love the driveway. This was an extra added bonus.
This is beautiful. I like the color very much.
We did a controlled cut across the driveway, and we tried to keep it in the 8-foot mark. You know, a job like this was an awful lot of work and a lot of headaches, I'll tell you.
Oh, look at the window, Mike.
I really like
It follows
that.
the line of the roof.
It does, doesn't it? The contractor stated over and over again, I have the permit. Don't worry about the permit. The permit's coming. I have the permit. Over and over again. Meanwhile, he had no permit.
Oh, and the light. Oh my goodness, it looks fantastic.
You should not let your contractor start the job unless he has the permit in the window.
Hi, Sean. Oh my goodness. It's so nice. Look, the lights.
Had he have gotten a permit, he never would have been allowed in the first place to build it the way he did.
Look, Mike. The detailing on the edge matches the beams.
I like this look. See the little puck lights in there?
Yes, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, and look, the sun's coming in.
This whole thing could have been avoided if you had the permit. I have a remote control here.
Oh, come on.
I like this. Look at that. Look
Oh
at
my
that.
goodness.
Isn't that something?
I can't believe it.
What I really like about this is that if it rains, you forgot to close this,
Yeah?
it will automatically close on their own.
Come on.
It has a sensor.
You're
built in.
kidding.
No, that is just.
Is he pulling my leg?
No, no.
There's no doubt in my mind that Jill could have been taken for an awful lot more money. She was smart enough to pay in milestones and installments. Very cautious, very careful, and even when a neighbor of hers came over to say, Jill, I don't think something's right here, she put a stop payment on the check and called the man back in again.
Thank you so much.
You are
this is wonderful. Thank
are
you.
so welcome.
And you worked so hard.
Oh no, it was my pleasure. It's a lot of
You
fun.
guys are wonderful. It is just beautiful.
Most people out there don't know what good work is. Go talk to someone who does. Go talk to a neighbor who might be an architect or an engineer. Go find somebody. Ask some questions. You have to educate yourself. You do not want to get caught in this trap.
Well, you're going to be missed here and in the neighborhood. It's got quite attached to you.
in for coffee every once in a while?
No,
That'd be
that
very
would be
nice.
great.
I'd like to
Yeah.
come
I'd
back
like you
and-
to come back when...
I'd like to see this done.
Yes, good. That's a
Absolutely,
deal.
after the flooring. We'll come back
Okay,
and have a
that's a
party.
deal?
Right
Okay.
on. Thanks very much.
Come back for a glass of wine and...
Oh, I like that.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay, Jill, keep smiling. But check him out. Go look at the work. So he does a few things in the basement. Is he good enough to do a garage? Ask him, have you done a garage? Have you done anything like this? And if you have, let me know where it is so I can go see it. Well done.
Good job, Mike. Good game, Mikey.
John,
Right on, buddy.
see you tomorrow.
This was our first house and our first renovation project.
Did you have a flood down here?
When you step on the laminate flooring, you could actually see the water coming back into the
He
drain.
laid it too tight. He didn't give it any room. Well, as we pull up the membrane here, we see that they used self-leveling cement. He went over top of paint. It's not going to bond to it.
Concrete over here is so deteriorated. I think the water just got in underneath the floor after you poured it.
We probably have a foundation problem. It's pretty well doubled the job for a simple floor. Mike Holmes.
Did they actually do this right? No, they didn't. Fuckers. You want a good job? Keep me in shape. Okay, contractor.
God, I love my job.
About 12 months ago, we purchased the house. We really love this house because it was close to my daughter's school and it had a double car garage and it was in a price range that we could afford. We started renovations and they worked on the house for approximately a month. After that, we moved into the house. We wanted to renovate the basement because the previous owners had gutted the basement right down to the brick, left the old frame hanging, but it was a bit rotting.
Hello, Julia.
Hi, Mike.
How are you?
Good,
Nice to
welcome.
meet you. Thank you.
And we wanted to redo the basement so that we could have a large family room and a place where children could play.
I hear you have a problem in the basement with some wood.
Yep. We have hardwood floors throughout the house, so we thought as a good match, we would choose laminate flooring. Since it's been renovated, we haven't been able to use the basement, so it's really disappointing because we put a lot of money into this project and it's useless. It's just sitting empty. The first month after we completed the renovation, we had guests over and they noticed that the floor was a little bit bumpy in the springtime, and as the weather turned warmer, it really started to buckle. And it started in the hallway and then it just spread.
Did you have a flood down here?
Well, we have a problem with this particular drain. Unbeknownst to all of us, one of the drains did back up some water during heavy rainfalls. When we notice it, it's a puddle, but when you step on the laminate flooring, you could actually see the water coming back into the drain. So we don't know. That's right. We don't know how great an area it's covered.
Let's look at wood floors. They expand and contract due to the temperature in the room, the humidity, and moisture, water. So they started to expand. All the doors wouldn't open. We had humps all across the floor everywhere. Obviously, a problem. It looks to me like he has it very tightly installed, and it has no room to breathe or for it to play. Actually, I mean, that's just poor. And he's got it into the bathroom.
That's right. We've got mold coming through the drywall, and we had black mold all along the walls.
We do have a minor leak over there in the wall, don't we? But that's something we can look at. I never would have put laminate into a bathroom. You want to keep the moisture away from the wood. You want to keep any water away from the wood. But he didn't do that. He just decided to lay laminate flooring right on the concrete throughout the whole basement.
We did choose the laminate.
And what did he say when you said you would like it to go into the bathroom? I'm curious.
He didn't say anything.
Well, that's a big mistake right there. He should have talked you out of it, because we can see in the bathroom already, it's the same as the other room over there. The floor has obviously gotten wet. A laminate floor, really, anybody can install. There are directions on how to install it. Read them. It's not that hard. You know, obviously this guy didn't read them. He just assumed. He assumed that he could lay it throughout the whole basement without a subfloor. And I'm sure in the installation instructions, it tells you you'll need a subfloor in the basement.
We didn't know about the problems with the moisture and the dampness, that laminate would actually react that way, would buckle. And so I don't think we would have gone with laminate.
How do you feel about carpet?
It's fine as long as it doesn't get too wet. What are your thoughts?
Personally, I like carpet. We do a subfloor underneath the carpet. If it ever did a massive flood, it's an easy replacement. It's just pull up the carpet and put down new carpet. In this case, you not only ruin the floor, but you go through really hell pulling this up and doing it again. So I would recommend maybe in the bigger room over there, I would put in maybe a ceramic tile with an in-floor heating.
That sounds great.
Same as the bathroom, I do the same thing. And the laundry room is a definite, so I would recommend that as well.
Okay.
We're gonna pull this all up. We're gonna pull your toilet, your sink, your baseboards, your 3/4 round, your washer and dryer, and we're gonna do a dimpled floor in here with a 3/4 inch plywood on top, screwed down, so I'll show you where we get the breathing ability underneath it. The warmth of the carpet now, is we pulled it up off the concrete, and a nice tile in that other room. I think that would look really nice.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right, we'll bring you back and we can take a look at it when we're done. Okay, got pry bars.
Yeah, we got a few pry bars.
Okay, let's just start by pulling up the 3/4 round. We'll get an area by the drain to start us off. So if you can start just pulling up the laminate by the drain there, just start ripping it up. It's a shame, I really hate to throw this in the garbage, but it's been already disturbed by all the moisture. It's all garbage. One reason we see why this floor has been buckling is because he laid it too tight. He didn't give it any room. You're not supposed to be right tight against the wall. He gave it no room to contract and expand. So it's going to lift the floor in the middle. You can see the floor right here. See how it's buckling right up here? It's because he's, it's about 40 feet of run that he has, which gives it no room to expand out. It's held tight against the wall here, tight against the wall there with no room to expand. But it's not anything to do with the product, it has everything to do with the installation itself. The rubber membrane is supposed to keep the laminate away from the concrete floor. It looks like they did some repairs in here too, but you can see all the water that's underneath it. Problem is if you're gonna put this in a basement, you wanna make sure you don't have a water issue, because that's what this wood doesn't like, is water. Well, as we pull up the membrane here, we see that they use self-leveling cement right across here and tied into the old floor. Actually, it left up a lot of crap here too. Oh, that just shows that the water got underneath it. Look at that. That's a pain in the rear with no bonding material. Okay, so here we have self-leveling cement. Look what he went over top of. He went over top of paint. It's not gonna bond to it. Now this is beautiful. I gotta pull all this up. Just beautiful. It's not doing anything. After I pull up all this garbage flooring now, after I pull up all this cement that he's laid down here, and and I gotta come in with a grinder, and I gotta grind all the paint off the concrete so we can now level the floor before we tile. I would say it's pretty well doubled the job for a simple floor. This sucks. I had Sean open this up, and this makes me sick. What we're seeing here, this is a 2x4, okay? This is all mold. We see the old wall underneath, and all they did was drywall over it. I now have to gut this whole bathroom to remove the mold, to stud it properly. This job is just completely pissed me off. But now that I'm here, I have to fix it. And man, do we have a lot of work to do.
Okay, Mike, concrete over here is so deteriorated. I think this may be where our problem is coming from. And the water just got in underneath the floor after you poured it.
You may have a point, which would tell us we probably have a foundation problem.
Comes down right into the ground right
I
here.
knew it. I knew
Exactly
it.
what the problem is.
This is why it's not a wise idea to have a downspout go in against your foundation. Obviously, we're showing water on the corner there. We'll have to have this diverted right away. We have issues galore here. The downspouts from the outside at all locations are leaking into the basement. Man, you don't want it going into your weeping system. You want it away from your home. At this point, I have no choice. We're stopping the job. We are going to be waiting until we know about the water, number one. Every time I think it's gonna be simple, okay? Every time I think we're not gonna have an issue here, I go and I pull up the laminate, and what do I see? This has just turned into a huge, huge job. I called in a couple of guys to pull in the downspouts and have them removed to out on the property. This is what I wanna see. I don't wanna see them going into the weeping tile, especially on an old home. So this has been all done. It rained like crazy last night. We have no water on the inside, number one. We're gonna be doing 3 treatments here in this basement, really. In the main room, we're going to be putting down electric heat in the floor, membrane on top of that with ceramic tile. In this room, we're gonna be doing a subfloor. It's a dimpled product that gives us drainage underneath as well as breathing ability to help this floor breathe, and carpet over top of 3/4 inch plywood. Ceramic tile in the bathroom, ceramic tile in the laundry room, which should have been done in the first place instead of using any type of wood product right over a concrete floor. I totally don't like that. Unfortunately here, we have a lot of break in the floor, and you can hear the hollowness. We're gonna have to break up this area and re-cement this. I'm just not gonna cover this up. Let's pull a sink, pull a toilet. I think we'll take off the medicine cabinet. We'll do a mid-wall cut first to see what is in here. Let's also open up the box here. This is just a very, very thin concrete floor, and I mean, I wouldn't put anything on top of this. Let's pull it all up. Start jackhammering. Okay, Sean. Oh, look at the mold behind the baseboard. Brand new. Look at the mold on this. Brand new. This is an old lead drain, and they did the lead so it was easy to get them bends, and usually you'd see it underneath the toilet in an older home and not so much here, but I'm learning to see everything. Well, I'm going to really guess at this point that it's coming from this corner, and we're going to see a lot more when we open this bulkhead. It appears to be blacker on the right than it is on the left, which is just wicking right through the wood. Oh, Jesus. Again, we put down a subfloor, cement, right over paint. Look at how it just didn't hold. Nothing is bonding. Look at this pad. Not a damn thing is bonding. And what bugs me is I see compound is just plaster for your drywall. It's not for concrete. Like, what do they think they're doing with this? You just see. It's right on dirt. No 3/4 crush underneath. It looks like it, but this is all the concrete that's been broken up. It's actually deteriorated over the years. And for me to put all this money down on top of the floor like this, I can't guarantee it, so we'll go new. This is why it's important if you're gonna do a bathroom, especially in an old place, you gut it, okay? This is old strapping, old 2x4s that we see. Again, the old lead drain. Now look at the old strapping. It is nailed right into the drain line. Every time they use the sink, we have water dripping down here, which has molded all the wood across here. We're not leaking from the copper pipes, we're leaking from the drain. Because they didn't take it down, they decided to drywall over top of old. Everything should be fine, right? Well, it's not. Well, I'm honestly thinking we have a nice thick floor here and we have a nice dry underneath. I'm only thinking about replacing this area now, not the whole floor. Over here was an issue with the downspouts. That's no longer. The floor was so thin and it dropped heavily on this side. So rather than trying to level that again, I think we are going to stop it right here and we'll just do all new from this point. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh boy. That's bad. I'll get my mask. Yeah. Look at this. It's just fungus galore growing on it. But we don't even want to know what's on that. All we do want to know is this gotta go. Let's say this is mites, the white stuff. This is probably mites. The mites will feed off the mold. The mites die. The mold then feeds off the mites, and it's a continuous cycle. I'm not a mold expert. All I do know is we don't like it.
We're just gonna rake this up the last little bit. We got it about 6 inches down. Next day is 3-4 inches of crushed stone and the rest concrete. We'll have to pump it in through the window.
This is just a very, very thin concrete floor. I can't guarantee this. I don't know. We're using a regular mixed concrete here. They've added a little bit of Super P to liquefy it to make it easy for us to trowel it. Super P is a chemical, and what it does is instead of adding water, which breaks down the concrete, they add a chemical product that really just smooths it right out. Whoa, I think we're gonna need a shower after this one. This actually tastes very good. Gotta learn to keep my mouth shut, literally. This will take 24 hours. You can walk on it. It takes approximately 28 days for it to fully cure, but you can walk on it the next day. Imagine that, we come in just to fix the floor. We end up fixing their bathroom and fixing every floor. We're going to restud this because everything else was molded. We're going to reroute the plumbing, the vent pipe. We'll drywall it up, plaster it, and put it back together again. Okay, so we're putting carpet down in this room and we're going to use the A carton and we have to overlap. We're going to start on the outside walls with the edges here and this is where the overlap goes. Okay. So we want 6 inches. What this does is it's the drainage underneath we want as well as the breathability. In the old days, they would just put down 2x4 strapping across the floor, 2x2, 2x3. Plywood right over top of that, and that brings up the floor quite a bit. So we have 5/8 plywood, tongue and groove, on top of a 3/8 subfloor. It brings us up 1 inch total, and that's a lot better. Anytime you lay any wood product on a floor, it contracts and expands due to the moisture in the air, the temperature of the room. We're leaving it a little bit away from the wall. With carpet over top, you would never know it. It was a problem with the other guy when he laid down all this laminate. It was too tight. He didn't give it any room to breathe. Very important. We probably have about another hour to get the in-floor heating down. Just to thin set this down, throw on the blanket, and away we go. You have to be gentle with it, of course. We don't want to damage any of the wiring at all. We're using a grout float here. Both of them have a grout float in their hands, and that's for applying grout to the ceramic tile. We don't want to use a trowel on this. We do not want to damage the wires, so it has a nice rubber backing on them, and it just spreads out that thin set underneath it. And again, something else that I like, we lay this down, boom. Thin set it again and put down the subfloor. Thin set it again and put down the tile. We don't have to wait. We're gonna bring all the wires across the floor. They come out at this point. Pull wires off the other pad, which will come through, and we'll lay that underneath the subfloor.
By heating the floor, you're gonna actually probably save some power because you won't have to heat the room as warmly because the room will feel warm because it's warm underneath your feet. And that's it. We're done.
This is a great new subfloor on the market. Again, here, we just put this down, we thin sit on top of it, we start tiling. What Don's doing here is he gets a scratch pad first to fill the void. He's gonna do a 1/2-inch notch trowel on top, and he really does build it up. It gives him the ability to take the tile, move it into place, which creates a suction grab underneath the tile, and then he'll move it to exactly where he wants to see it. You notice that we do not use spacers on tiles because no tile is true to each other. They're always off a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch. So we do it by eye. And there's nothing better than an eye that can handle this, and he's got the eye. When the carpet comes in, they're gonna put tackless down. They're gonna do it in 12-foot rolls, and they're gonna piece it and seam it together.
Oh my goodness, look at this!
We have the baseboard a half-inch off the floor. Very important. Now, when the carpet comes in, they're going to put tackless down around the perimeter, about an inch away from the baseboard. The tackless grips the carpet. Once they kick it and pull it over the tackless, it holds it nice and tight and keeps it from crumpling up in the center. Sebastian's just putting down the underlay here. For the basement, this is a good product to use simply because what they've done here is laminated a film on top of the underlay. The idea is to help stop the moisture from coming through, even if there is water underneath this egg carton, which will eliminate, it'll dry. But any way we can add more, let's do it. The secret to good carpeting is really a sharp knife and good knees. This room is over 12 feet. Our rolls come in 12 feet. It would be ridiculous to think that you could make huge amounts of carpet for one area. It's just not efficient. So we're gonna do it in 12-foot rolls, and they're gonna piece it and seam it together. The trick is to seam it so you can't see it. They come in with a wax strip. It's a now roll tape, lay it down and just heat it up, and it just bonds it right in.
We try to get every seam invisible, but unfortunately not all carpets will seam invisibly. But we do our best. It's one of the most important parts of the job. What Sebastian's doing at the back end is he's tractoring it up, make sure all the pile comes up, and he'll cut off any extra pieces of pile with napping shears.
We're just finishing off the trim. We'll get the washer and dryer installed, the toilet and sink installed, clean up, and get out of here. Now you finally get to come down and see it.
Oh, it's so cushiony. Oh my goodness, look at this! Look at this room. Wow! Wow, look at this room, it's gorgeous.
When we pulled up the other floor, we found a very bad area in the back there. Well, we pulled that all up and poured some new cement down. And then we put down the new heat system, the in-floor heating, and over top of that we had a subfloor with the tile, so again it's watertight. We lost the drain because we really didn't need it here. So with a touch of a control, you're gonna warm your feet up in the next few days.
Oh, wow, look at this tile. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, it looks beautiful.
Now the bathroom.
Wow.
You definitely know in the bathroom that we had pretty well half-gutted it. You get rid of that mold that the other guy just decided to cover up. And we gave you the marble you wanted.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. The towels are so beautiful.
Well, it's good to know that when I leave here, not only is it watertight, mold-free, gorgeous, but now the family can get back down there and make use of it what they should have had in the first place 1 year ago.
Oh my goodness!
You like that?
Look at that!
Now that's a little different, eh?
Wow. Wow, I must have the nicest laundry room. This is beautiful.
Well, that floor, obviously we took it all up. We also put down the subfloor, and then we put down a membrane, which makes this room completely watertight. Actually looks roomy now, doesn't it?
It's beautiful. We can actually use this room now. So it's really great.
Oh, it made you a little box. Just that I didn't like seeing it. It was just not good. So here we go. We have a little top that comes on and off.
Oh,
You
that's
get to your
great.
water, locks in place. Little cabinet for your gas meter.
Oh, wow.
I tell you, you can bring your daughter down and play now. For the 41 grand, that's what she should have got. And she looked very happy. I guess that's why we do this. It's worth it. I always say you're only as good as the people around you. And I've got one hell of a good crew that cares. They all care. It's simple as that.
Improper installation of the laminate flooring was just tip of the iceberg. You know, I can't believe what a difference this basement. It's a whole new room. It's a whole new basement. Thank you so much, Mike.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Most people out there have no idea what they need. They have an idea what they want, but not what they need. And that's supposed to be our job. Our job is to teach them, to educate them. Let's, use these products. This is what you should be looking for. Well, instead of that, why don't we do this? When you have guys that don't have that talent, and it's usually because they really don't care, we're gonna see this every time. job, Binge. Great job done. See you tomorrow.